The heavyweight division. The heavyweight
for the
division.
championship
for
of
the
the
championship
world.
of the world.
Now includes the title of world pre-champion.
Here comes Rico Verhoeven.
Here now is his opponent fighting out of the white corner. This legendary unbeaten streak dates back 13 years. Over 4,000 days. As a professional, 65 wins with 10 losses. 21 big wins by knockout. He stands 6 feet 5 inches tall, 1.96 meters, 1.96 meters, 265 pounds, 120.3 kilos. Fighting tonight out of the Netherlands. He is the independent heavyweight champion of the world. The king of kickboxing, Rico
And the first, the world champion from Ukraine. Heavyweight champion. Undefeated. And now making his entrance to the ring from Ukraine. Champion of the world, Oleksandr
No questions. Heavyweight championship, happening anywhere else. Straight with the right again. Tim just can't get out of first. He goes, up the output. You articulated das nach
Best word is
Rico's first. Smaller man. Years of kicking. All needs to be careful for Rico.
chipping away with just see,
One step in the mud. He's been stuck in the mud. Setting up that left kick switch.
Just controlling the fight.
Quick 1-2. Good box. Good box. Front kicks.
One of the biggest combat sports events in recent memory is set to take place at the Pyramids in Egypt on May 23rd. Oleksandr Usyk, widely regarded as the best boxer in the world today, will face Rico Verhoeven, the legendary kickboxing champion, who has now fully committed himself to boxing. The anticipation around the fight continues growing. Rico has already begun speaking with major confidence about the challenge ahead. He claims he has identified weaknesses in Usyk's style and believes he possesses the power and physicality needed to knock out one of boxing's most technically gifted champions. Throughout the build-up, Rico has made bold statements about his chances while showing complete belief that he can pull off a shocking upset and change the combat sports world forever.
Beat you is because I'm bringing something different to the table that you haven't seen before. You've seen everything there is in the sport of boxing, and I know you're a champion, you have a champion mindset, and you've been watching all my videos and dissecting everything, and your team has been doing that, and you've been getting sparring partners and as much information as possible, but still, I'll bring something to the table that you haven't seen before. That's gonna be the difference the biggest difference. And that's going to be the reason why.
One of the biggest combat sports events is set to take place at the Pyramids in Egypt on May 23rd. Oleksandr Usyk, considered by many to be the best boxer in the world right now, will face Rico Verhoeven, the legendary kickboxing champion who recently transitioned into boxing. Rico Verhoeven has remained extremely confident throughout the build-up to the fight. During multiple media appearances, he repeatedly stated that he truly believes he can compete with Usyk at the highest level and possibly shock the boxing world. Rico also claimed he sees weaknesses and openings in Usyk's style that previous opponents failed to take advantage of. According to Verhoeven, his physical strength, pressure, and striking experience could create very different problems for Usyk compared to traditional boxing opponents.
When I land my best punch on him, of course he will go down because it's like a 20-kilo weight difference. He's like a build-up cruiserweight. So, and I'm like a naturally born heavyweight. So that's a big difference. So that's what's gonna happen if I land my best shot clean. And if not, yeah, we're just gonna win.
Rico Verhoeven then made even more surprising comments that quickly grabbed the attention of boxing fans and analysts around the world. His words suggested that this was not simply promotional trash talk or hype for the event, but real confidence built through months of preparation, training, and belief in his own striking ability. Throughout the build-up, Rico continued speaking like a fighter who genuinely believes he can challenge Oleksandr Usyk rather than someone entering the fight just for spectacle. The confidence shown in his interviews reflected a mindset focused on proving himself at the highest level and testing whether his power, pressure, and combat experience can translate successfully against one of boxing's most technically accomplished champions.
What are you going to do?
Knock his head off. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm, like I said, I'm like 55 pounds heavier. So as soon as I hit him, it's gonna be something different.
You're going to knock his head off?
Of course.
I think he's only been knocked down once. He's never been knocked, and that was a low blow. He's never been knocked down. You're going to have to go some, Rico.
Oh, what an opportunity I have here. I'm going to shock the world in front of the pyramids in this crazy scene. It's like, oh my God, I love it. I love it. That's why I'm...
Rico Verhoeven reportedly spent 6 months preparing specifically for this fight, dedicating his training camp entirely to the challenge of facing Oleksandr Usyk. During that period, Rico worked closely with Peter Fury, one of boxing's most respected trainers, while consistently claiming he was developing something new and unpredictable that Usyk would not expect inside the ring. Throughout interviews and media appearances, Rico repeatedly spoke with confidence about his preparation, physical condition, and belief that he could surprise the boxing world. However, when asked about Verhoeven's confidence and bold statements, Usyk remained completely calm and unfazed by the build-up surrounding the fight.
A bad predictor. We'll see.
Oleksandr Usyk made it clear that while he respects every opponent who steps into the ring against him, he genuinely does not believe anyone can beat him at this stage of his career. Considering his recent victories over elite heavyweight names such as Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, and Daniel Dubois, many fans and analysts understand why he carries that level of confidence heading into another major fight. Usyk believes his experience, movement, ring intelligence, and ability to adapt during fights separate him from every other fighter currently competing in the heavyweight division. His calm attitude throughout the build-up has reflected the mindset of a champion fully convinced in his own technical superiority and proven ability against the highest level of competition in boxing.
It's a fighter, it's a dangerous guy.
Very.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but for me, it's not easy walk.
Even though Oleksandr Usyk appeared calm and relaxed publicly throughout the build-up, he still approached the fight with complete seriousness because of Rico Verhoeven's elite kickboxing background and striking experience. Reports suggested that Usyk adjusted parts of his training camp specifically for this matchup by bringing in different sparring partners, working with unfamiliar movement patterns, and studying kickboxing angles to better understand the types of attacks Rico could attempt inside the ring, rather than dismissing Verhoeven as simply a crossover opponent. Usyk's preparation reflected the mindset of a disciplined champion, unwilling to underestimate any dangerous striker at the highest level of combat sports.
The only worry I have for Rico is there's nothing that Oleksandr Usyk can't do. And I speak about this in multiple ways. This guy bullied a guy who's 6'9" and 20-odd stone in Tyson Fury. This guy went toe-to-toe with Daniel Dubois and bullied him and outfought him and made him stop. This guy outthought and outfought Anthony Joshua, a guy who's bigger and stronger and possibly even quicker than him. And each time he adapts and adjusts, no matter what is put in front of Oleksandr Usyk, he figures it out and he finds a way. I've never seen a fighter in the history of the sport who is able to adapt on fight night the way he does.
He's got A, B, C, D, E, F game plan, isn't he?
Maybe Sugar Ray Leonard, maybe Sugar Ray Robinson are the only two I've seen who are able to adapt and adjust on the job. And it's not adapting and adjusting on the job against the journeyman, Anna. Yeah. It's against elite fighters.
Tony Bellew, who previously shared the ring with and lost to Oleksandr Usyk, explained that Usyk's greatness goes far beyond simple punching power or physical strength. According to Bellew, one of Usyk's most dangerous qualities is the way he mentally and physically exhausts opponents over the course of a fight. Bellew described how Usyk constantly forces fighters to think, adjust, move, and work at an exhausting pace every second inside the ring. Rather than overwhelming opponents immediately, Usyk gradually drains their energy, focus, and confidence until mistakes begin appearing naturally under pressure and fatigue.
Game plan, and the game plan was going perfect. Short counters, draw them in, counter his lead, make him reach as much as you possibly can, make him miss as much as you can, then counter with right hands like that. But what I didn't foresee is getting tired. And at the start of round 8, I was at
Eddie Hearn also praised Rico Verhoeven for having the courage and confidence to step into a boxing ring against someone as dominant and accomplished as Oleksandr Usyk. Hearn acknowledged that very few fighters from another combat sport would willingly take on such a dangerous challenge against the current elite of heavyweight boxing at the same time. The overall opinion among many boxing insiders still remains largely unchanged heading into the fight. While Rico's physical size, elite kickboxing background, striking experience, and punching power make him a dangerous and unpredictable opponent, most experts still view Usyk as the clear favorite because of his technical boxing skill, movement, timing, adaptability, and elite ring IQ.
To this one, I'm sitting next to the man, so I've got to be a little bit careful, but I said to him down there, I'm going to have to tell the world, you are crazy. This guy is crazy. I mean, he signed up to fight Anthony Joshua. Unfortunately, you know, after the tragedy, that fight didn't take place, and then he signed straight up to fight Oleksandr Usyk. But what that tells you, he has a huge amount of confidence and a huge amount of belief. He has a great training team. He has Peter Fury, who knows heavyweight boxing inside out. And what he has is dynamite in both hands, and hands like shovels as well. But he is fighting, in my opinion, not just the pound-for-pound #1, but one of the greatest fighters across any generation in sport. Oleksandr Usyk is one of a kind that I think we've never ever seen before. I think we should appreciate him while he's here. And now you have the pound-for-pound king of boxing against the pound-for-pound king of kickboxing. It's going to be an incredible event. It's heavyweight boxing, and anything can happen. As I said, this man's got a pyramid to climb on May 23rd against one of the all-time greats. But something tells me with a look in his eye, he's coming to win. He believes he can win, and we'll see if he can do maybe the impossible on what will be a night that I think boxing fans will never forget in Giza in Egypt on May the 23rd, live on DAZN.